Welcome back to episode 2 of season 3 of Invincible. Last we left off, Mark was being a bitch. Mark was being a big baby bitch. Like, he was throwing a fit because they rehabilitated Darkwing, who I don't remember what he did. Apparently he murdered somebody. I don't really know, but his mentor died. So, he gets a pass. He was on this Jason Todd shit. And they used the zombie thing that they used to fight his dad, and they used for something else as well. And also, they're donated corpses. They're not experimenting on live people anymore. I think Mark should get over it. He's being a big baby, and this is going to have consequences to his family directly. This is the dumbest thing Mark could have done. But c'est la vie, we're in it. Let's go.
Hey, I got fresh fish here. Come and get your fish.
Oh, a fishmonger. How quaint. What monster's going to pop up now? A seagull, yes. Seagulls are monsters. I know this is iconic to the art of Invincible. I don't know how I feel about like how blocky, like how maybe I'm so used to anime where everything looks smooth and like there are very defined features. This is like very, there's a lot of polygon, like high polygon, if I'm using that right, like old video game term, where like the lines accentuate certain features and they look a bit more stiff. And I guess maybe I'm just more used to more fluid animation and art style. And it's not bad, it's just something that I noticed. That tea is awful. That tea is fucking awful. Nazis? This is Nazi shit? I obviously know this is not a that's not a Nazi symbol. It just look. I saw the skull. I saw everything. My brain. The times we're living in, my brain went fuck. We're doing this shit again.
How can I help you find inner peace today?
Cultural appropriation.
Thanks for asking, but I think
Cecil? That is Cecil.
Get out, all of you.
I had a thought when I first saw him. I'm like, oh, is that Cecil? But I'm like, no, this isn't. But I get, if I paid attention, it would have. If I paid attention to the screen where it spoils it. But that's the one thing I hate about Amazon Prime when you want to do like a character reveal, like, oh, who's this guy? And you pause it for a minute, tells you, and you're like, well, anyway, I didn't clock that was Cecil. So I was like, oh, it's too young to be Cecil. But we're in a flashback, obviously. The jacket, the gun, the crate? That's a human trafficking crate. Nah, it's ominous. I don't like that.
This is Stedman. Nothing here. Tip was a bust. Repeat. Tip.
Oh, I tell you, it's not. Look in the fucking crate. Obviously, look in the fucking crate. Oh, she's strong. She's strong.
You found us. But you found us too late.
This place will be swarming with agents in minutes.
No, you told them that the tip was a bust. You dumbass. You didn't look in the goddamn crate. You always look in the goddamn crate. Is this your first day on the job, Cecil? Please.
Someone like you could never see the beauty in it.
That was a shot. That was a shot. Let me tell you, if I was in Cecil's position, I'd just let it happen. Anyway.
Revolutions will begin around the world, casting off the shackles of industrial society.
Oh, the Unabomber. She's the Unabomber. Gotcha. Yep, called that one coming.
Seems I returned.
Oh, never mind.
In time.
Thought it was a lady she got up. When your crush's man pulls up while you're trying to holler at her, and you get your shit rocked in front of the baddie, in front of the huzz. Oh, I'm too old to say that. I'm not even that old. It's just... It wasn't worth it. It wasn't... Oh. I'm so glad that this show is not any more detailed. Any hint of detail extra would have made that even more grotesque.
Help him, quick!
All things considered, he got like a bit of scar, that scar on his like lip or whatever, like his face. He came out like a bandit, like that. That's impressive how he made out, like not dead. Oh wow, he came out fine. He's totally fine.
They wanted to replace it, but I wouldn't let them.
Why not?
It's a reminder that I messed up. And to never let it happen again.
Edgy.
Not leaving the party early, are we?
Yeah, what's that gonna do? Bitch, you again? How? They're dead. They melted. Okay, yeah, I guess the show death is not really a thing.
But they were also too good to waste, so I fixed them.
I do like how we're seeing how we get to the point where Cecil thinks how he thinks. But we get the way he has his guilt over, hesitating or stalling too long and not finishing the job when he could have. Thus, his scar on his lip and the fact that he killed 17 people indirectly, or the way that's the way he sees it. And the fact that he now has to grapple with the fact that his director, somebody he trusts and somebody who has valued him, has taken these two people who have directly responsible for the 17 people dying and directly responsible for him getting melted and for the cause of his quote-unquote main trauma, though he's a CIA agent, so he probably has way more trauma than just this. But, getting your entire insides and outsides melted and then the pain of, knowing you're the reason 17 families are grieving, bad enough. So, and now he has to grapple with this, and then he's obviously going to make the decision, at least where I think it's going to go is that he's going to see this, be like, damn, I hate this. But he's right. I cannot hesitate. This is what happens if I let my feelings get a hold of me. This is for the greater good. He's much more of a greater good sort of guy. He is good, right? Cecil Stedman has never come off like Amanda Waller. And I think that's maybe how they try to frame him. Cecil, most of the time I agree with Cecil, and I hate the government, but straight up, but the way they portray Cecil is he's very reasonable and oftentimes correct. Right? He's correct to be suspicious. He's correct to work in the shadows. He's correct to use every tool at his disposal, especially when it comes to fucking Omni-Man and the Viltrumites. I cannot blame Cecil for anything that he does. Cecil has done nothing wrong.
Let me express my gratitude.
Oh.
I don't work with criminals. Not even if they're...
I was so wrong. I went on a whole fucking diatribe about how he's gonna learn how to do. Wow, he did not take that one lightly. He did not let that slide at all. I guess everybody was young once. Yeah, I'm gonna walk back what I said about Cecil did nothing wrong. We're gonna walk that one back. Oh, they're cute. Oh, they're reading a book. They're cute. They're probably fucking. They let him just roam. Oh, boss? Wow, he works fast.
I'm stepping down as GDA director, moving over to a new special projects group. I want you to replace me.
I'm in prison.
There were 3 deaths a week in this place before you got here. 3 years later.
You have no idea what I've had to do to make it this way.
Sure. A few people had to pay the price, but the math works out.
I hate how they always fucking the math works out. My guy, he probably tortured people. He probably fucking stuck a pencil in somebody's eye. Maybe not the guy you want. I can't even say that with a full fucking chest. He's effective. God damn it. On the pragmatic scale, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. But also, fuck. He learned the lesson he needed to learn, and now he can be Cecil Stedman that we know. But I will say, even though I walked back that Cecil did nothing wrong, good to see that he started in the same place as Invincible, where he was like, fuck that noise. And also it is much more, but it makes for much better drama that we know, and Cecil knows, that he's in the exact place Mark is. The scary thing is Mark can immediately say, fuck this noise, where Cecil really couldn't. Cecil had to wait 3 years and take over a prison. Mark can be like, yeah, fuck this. I will carve through all of you like that, and I won't break a sweat. And you've also trained me to be stronger. I know all of your tricks. What will you do? Cecil is shitting himself.
Now it's over. If you take the job.
Oh, wow. What an ultimatum.
No.
Oh.
You can be the good guy. Or the guy who saves the world. You can't be both.
Interesting. I would have died. These characters make a lot of sense. I'm not gonna lie. These guys, I'm like, yeah. Well, if it comes down to brass tacks, I don't know. But this is just trolley problem all over again. And then the problem with the trolley problem, there's a lot of problems with that sentence, because this is one big problem, is that in real life it's all trolleys all the fucking time. So it's not ever just really. You're always making a series of decisions, and everything's gonna suck. So you just gotta make a decision. But I think the flaw with their line of thinking in the ends always justify the means when you're going for the greater good is that they're oftentimes just going for the fastest maybe the most efficient route, but that does, you like, when you do that, you're like not taking into account the human lives you're affecting. You're just seeing that, like, I'll burn a city, but like out of the 100,000 or million people in the city, 300 million in the country are saved. Honestly, I think the best thing Cecil did was maybe create the Guardians of the Globe.
Protection from what?
You, bitch!
Protection from me?
Yes.
What are you even talking about? It's my job to defend the planet from threats. Don't make me put you in that category, Mark. You see things one way and you won't make room for any other viewpoint. You threaten people who disagree with you. I don't threaten.
This is what you're doing.
Because you're scaring the shit out of me right now. I'm not even doing anything. You think you can shut me up? Mark?
Yeah, there it is. Cecil's making a point. Cecil is making a point, and you're proving it at this moment. God damn it.
You're afraid I'll blow the whistle, huh? Tell everyone how you really run this place.
My God, Mark, calm the fuck down.
Is that all you got? Why
No.
did you have to ask that, kid?
No. Simply, oh!
You happy?
Not until you admit to everyone what you've done.
Mark, I don't want to hurt you.
I'm not the one who's gonna get hurt.
You said you don't do threats.
Yeah? Well, people change.
They make it so hard to be on Mark's side. You know what I mean? I'm struggling. I really am to even be in Mark's point of view. Maybe that's the point. Maybe Mark is just being the bad guy, right? Mark is on his Omni-Man arc. He's in his Time Lord Victorious arc. I feel bad for Cecil. Cecil's truly only trying to do the right thing. But I still stand by what I said last episode. It's like, I think you either send in the fucking zombies or you send in Darkwing. I think you only really need Darkwing. I didn't think you need the fucking zombie things.
Remember that giant lobster you tangled with in Atlantis? I had the lab boys recreate the sound it made. Turns out we can transmit it to your earpiece. So be reasonable, Mark.
Fair. Fair and valid.
You're so far past reasonable. You put a weapon inside me?
Yes!
What you can do, and after what your dad put us through, you're goddamn right I did. But
You said I wasn't my dad.
You are!
Did you really believe that?
yes, Mark, and I still do. So stop being stupid and just
Fucking...
come back here.
Huh.
Mark? He's trying to kill me.
Yeah, okay, Mark. Liar.
For fuck's sake, I'm not trying to kill the kid.
Mark's a bitch. I hate Mark right now. Oh, Mark, you lying little bitch. Jesus Christ. Why am I on Cecil's side? Damn it.
D.A. Sinclair slaughtered students. Darkwing killed people in cold blood. Cecil's working with murderers. You all saw it.
We're
Yeah.
not having this argument here.
I'd like to hear what Invincible has to say.
This isn't a democracy, Bulletproof. You're coming back to the GDA with me. Now.
No.
I swear to Christ, if the Guardians of the Globe help Mark, I will lose my shit. Cause fine, Mark can act like a baby. Cool. The Guardians gotta see reason, right? Right? Right?
I wasn't asking.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
That is a hard thing to sell.
I feel very uncomfortable.
Stand down. All of you. I said this doesn't concern you.
Oh, wow, they're all dumb.
All of you sit the fuck down.
Cecil's having a day. Cecil is having a day. If it's any constellation, my precious old hot boy, I believe you. I would do the same thing. Because he's not wrong, though.
God damn it, Rex.
You need to turn it off.
Why didn't that work?
With the control destroyed, it can't be turned off. I'm attempting to block the frequency.
Okay, maybe a bit too far. Maybe a bit too far. Actually, Cecil, a bit too far. I thought they were just gonna grab him and go. They're beating the shit out of him. We can maybe calm the fuck down on that one.
Shut him down. Yes, the reanimate, all of them. Now.
frequency blocked.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. I look, they're all horrified. Oh.
You arrogant little asshole.
I will never work for you again. And if you ever come near my family again, I will kill you.
I don't know whose side I'm on. I don't know whose side I'm on. I do not know whose side I'm on. I kind of on Mark's now because that was overkill. I think having like a semi-bomb planted in your head. Cecil still not as bad as Amanda Waller. And when I compare the two of them, I guess Cecil's reasonable. But also Cecil made some great points. He made some great points, actually.
Rudy, get this fucking thing out of my head. Now.
Yes, of course.
Hey, Rudy, kill Mark. Hey, Rudy, kill Mark.
He promised me he'd protect you.
Okay, well,
After everything that happened with Nolan,
your son popped off. Oh my god, this entire family's gonna piss me off. This entire family's gonna piss me off, I swear to God. Mark shot first. Mark popped off first. Your son's a goddamn nuke. Ground him. Oh, he's like 20 years old, but I don't know, man.
I told Cecil if he goes near you or Oliver, I kill him.
But why didn't you kill him already? Then you
The kid has points. The kid is a Viltrumite. You know what I mean? Even though I agree with Cecil, Oliver has a point. You know, just take care of it. Not gonna be a problem.
The kid needs to learn what happens when you don't think things through.
What exactly was he supposed to think it through? When Cecil was frying his brain or when the Frankenbots were killing him?
Mark faced consequences for once. Good.
Huh, a party split. I like it. Because, thank God. Also, like, it's the younger generation versus the older generation, which normally would piss me off. Here's the thing, they don't know the context at which what happened. But since we know, makes it so hard to defend Mark.
all he had to do was follow orders. I also didn't fall apart the minute I got hurt.
That's too far, Kate.
How dare you? Just stop acting like you're the only one who almost died.
Cecil only does what's necessary.
I'm on, like, Rex and Ray's side on this one. And Monster Girls. Because, selfish pricks, Kate and Immortal. Like, they're speaking from a place of not just fear, but like just selfishness. It's like, put your head down, work. They'll just give Cecil a pass to do anything because they're cowards. It's so weird how I disagree with Kate and Immortal because of where they're coming from, but I agree with Cecil because we saw what went down, and Mark went too far first. It very much Mark flew off the handle, and then Cecil went too far and like installing a fucking thing in his head. That's fucked. I'd be pissed about that. Like, Mark had the right to get pissed off and pop off, learning that there's a thing in his head, but Mark popped off before that. And so it kind of became this clusterfuck. So Cecil did do a wrong thing in putting a bomb in his head, essentially. I don't know. Jesus.
Sinclair's not in prison? I just assumed.
He should be. But Cecil gave him a job instead. Should I have done more to stop Sinclair?
You did all you could do.
This isn't your fault.
He killed a dozen people, hurt way more, you two included.
Now we're at the trolley problem. Again. It's all trolleys all the way down.
It's just not who you are.
You couldn't have known what would happen.
I should have.
If you killed him, you'd be just like him.
I hate that argument so fucking much. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. God damn it, I hate that line of argument in any superhero fucking show. I hate it when Batman uses it. I hate when Superman, when he uses it, makes sense because he really is a paragon. Batman, oh my god. I don't care. I don't, like, that's why I'm, most of the time I'm on Jason Todd's side when he's not killing his own family members. When he's out there killing the boss, who gives a fuck? If Sinclair was just taking corpses and like reanimating them, that's one thing. Still gross and weird. One thing, he was kidnapping live people and torturing them and making them Cybermen for all intents and purposes. Like, yeah, kill the fucker. Like, you can't just go around willy-nilly killing people, but like, when they're that bad, not that big of a fucking deal. You know what I mean?
What was that for?
I'm trying to say, I'm glad you're coming with us.
Cute. Still disturbing. Oh my god, Zachary Quinto. Shit, yeah. A little disturbing because of the... now they're the same age, technically. Technically, I guess. I don't know. It has a whole weird aspect. I'm not gonna think about it, actually. Also, sorry, point I should also make. I feel like they should have the same voice actor because technically, in real life, he would have the same vocal cords as Rex. You know what I mean? Like, well, you know, he still kind of sounds like Rex. Like, Zachary Quinto's doing a good job at sounding like Jason Mantezuka. They have like the same, like, timbre, that same voice quality, but a different cadence. Rex is more bombastic, and that's his personality coming through his voice and talks faster, but has that same rasp to it. Robot or Rudy now has that same rasp, but is way more slow, way more methodical. Sound deep for a 12-year-old. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's cool.
Invincible is the most powerful superhero on the
He's a goddamn...
It's a simple fact. And someday, I might need him on my side.
My sister's kid? Seems like he gets a ride home from the cops more often than not.
Oh, no, it's not like that. He and Oliver are good kids. They just have their challenges.
Are they special needs? You never mentioned.
That's so funny. Your kid's got the tism? You know, I want to know that. Your kid's got that little bit of the tism?
Can you tell I haven't been out on a date in 20 years?
If it's all too soon.
No, of course not. Or maybe it is. I don't know.
Dog, I'm not gonna lie, dates seem stressful. Like, they just seem like I've never been on a first date like that with somebody I don't really know that well. This shit seems fucking stressful. Like, you gotta make small... Oof, God.
And Darkwing?
What about him?
How bad was he?
I'm tired. Donald, just spit it out.
He did murder people in Midnight City. It was one thing calling him in when we had no other choice. It's another putting him on the Guardians.
People change, Donald. Bad guys reform, good guys forget what they're fighting for. It's just how it works.
He's an alien, so we don't know his norms. But if he were a human, he'd be lying.
Sort of file. And get the eggheads working on countermeasures. We'll figure out why he's really here.
Yeah, it took 30 years. It took 30 years for that shit.
And Invincible.
We can be the good guys. Or we can be the guys that save the world. We can't be both.
Yeah. Good episode. I know it's like probably complaining a lot this episode. I love the writing for Cecil. I like that he's a character that has to make you really think that, like, you're not like, oh, fuck him, he's Amanda Waller, like, he awful. Like, he generally wants to do good. Even though he said we can be the good guys or we can be the guys to save the world. Like, wanting to save the world is a good thing, and then he doesn't, like, he's not destroying the world to save the world in a sort of sense. Like, he is definitely taking he's a military man. He's part of a government agency, and he's acting like how he's trained to act. Is that an excuse for all the things he does? No. But it makes sense. Like, he's not cartoonishly evil. He's not cartoonishly a government puppet. He simply is a guy using the tools at his disposal, like he knows how to use them. Yes, in that he loses humanity in the equation of that, and he will have people defect because people need to be treated like people. But even then, he's so reasonable. Like, he's like, hey, Mark, we need to talk. Let's talk this out. Please, 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 don't make me do this. Please calm the fuck down so we can talk it out, so we can explain. And even when Cecil was mad and it was like, hey, you're a hypocritical piece of shit, Cecil was right. Like, yeah, Mark killed Ancient Levy. Mark... Well, I think that's the only bad thing Mark's done. Well, I mean, Mark has fucked up in the past. Not to the extent of, like, Cecil, but, like... Again, Cecil was wrong for the fucking sonic bomb in his head. Yes. And when the Guardians split, at first I thought it was going to be annoying, or they all maybe sided with him, but they had their reasons for siding with Mark or not siding with Mark were interesting, and actually had me flip where I didn't really fuck with. The only person who I kind of agreed with staying on the Guardians was Black Samson, where his thing is, and it's the thing you hear a lot of the times, just kind of cliche, but trying to fix the system from within the system, and he's the one that seemed least pragmatically working from that side of, like, I know what Cecil did was wrong, but we can still work with this and make it better, which I agreed with, kind of. Like, I don't fully agree with the sentiment, but I respect where he's coming from. Immortal and Kate, annoying. Their whole reasoning for siding with Cecil was cowardice, and it was selfishness. and it was rigidness. There was no nuance. In the same way Mark had no nuance, those two didn't have any fucking nuance. And then the alien Martian, he was like, yeah, I got a bed. he lets me stay on the planet. You're not gonna betray him. Fair. Who I was really surprised at was Rudy, but also Rudy siding with Bark. Pragmatic, because we know, well, if you read the comics, you know what he does. 2, his reasoning, yeah, he's the strongest person on the planet. I'm gonna need him soon. And 3 is like the girl, right? Rudy, just as smart as Cecil, if not smarter, has that same coldness and calculation, like that calculatedness in him. Character writing for this episode, great. Mark is annoying, right? Mark and Debbie, I think, are the most annoying parts of it, especially Mark. Because Mark is like, oh, he's trying to kill me. No, he wasn't. Actively, he wasn't. He was trying to subdue you, sure, because you were popping off. You swung first. Let's be so clear, Mark swung first. And so Mark kind of manipulating everybody. Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt, oh, woe is me. The mean government guy is trying to get me. And it's just annoying when people forget Mark is still a teenager who has temper tantrums, and his temper tantrums could kill people inadvertently. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my big spiel at the end of this. Like, comment, subscribe. It's been very fun and very good so far. I'll see you all in the next one.